Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. That's the brother Hayan Apash coming at you with another lesson. And it's about this oppressive Edomite system, you know, that is going on right now. This system that we're in, this beast system, is set up to oppress and squeeze and suck the people dry of everything, man. And they're going forward with their NWO to suck you dry even more, to literally set up a tax for everything you do in life. If you walk, if you fart, if you sneeze, if you breathe, there's going to be a tax or a payment associated for that. Okay? When it's said in Baruch, we are yet this day in our captivity, and you know, we're subject to payments. That was during the Babylonian captivity. We were complaining about a 1% tax. Because the Babylonians, they had a 1% tax. Imagine if we only got taxed 1%. People move, they put their businesses in particular islands, in particular places, right, where they give 1% tax. I believe it's Belize is one of them, right, where there's like a 1% tax, because that's like no tax. That's like nothing. But back there in the ancient world, that was like a big thing when you had to pay this 1% thing. Okay? You had to pay a particular amount of tribute, right? Whether it be 2%, and 2% was a big thing. All right? But you fast forward through the Persian Empire and then through the Greeks. That is the first time that the Edomites came into power. And that's why the scriptures say in the Maccabees, after Alexander died and his 4 generals reigned, it said that evils were multiplied in the earth. Why? Because the Edomites were in power. All right? They were in power. This is why evils were multiplied in the earth, man. That's what happens. When the wicked people are in power, what happens is wickedness multiplies. People become more wicked. The morals begin to decay, as you can see today. All right? It's based upon the rulership. You don't go, the Most High is not targeting, you know, the business owners and the city mayors necessarily, although they are rulers, so they're going to be targeted as well. But even them, they're low level. Okay, they're low level rulers. They're low level because they're working, they're far down the totem pole when it goes to the international bankers. Those are the ones that the Most High really has a bone to pick with. Those are the ones that the Most High is really going to come back and make war with, man. All right? Yes, he's going to make war with all these Edomites and all the nations, absolutely. He's coming to target all of them, but when it speaks about him that destroyeth the earth, you got to tie that to the elites. You got to tie that to the DuPonts. You got to tie that to these super rich elite families, man. All right? And the reason why they're going so hard with this oppression, you know, and this wickedness is because they're Edomites, and the Edomites are associated with the wicked. When you read Malachi 1 in the 4th chapter, it says that wherever they go shall be the border of wickedness, man. You see what I'm saying? So Esau is undeniable that he is the wicked, and the Lord is going to take him out of the way. You know, the triumphant of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Okay, but anyways, fast forwarding to the Greeks, right? The wickedness that they were doing, you know, and the oppression that they were imposing, forcing people to follow their ways and things of that nature, and all these, you know, sacrifice, you know, unto their gods and leave off the ways of the people's forefathers. Which the Babylonians, you know, they didn't really get down like that. You know, from what I understand, the Babylonians were like, listen, you worship, you do what you do, but you got to bow down to my God too. That's how the Babylonians were getting down. That's why Daniel Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were able to worship their powers and still worship their power and still work for the Babylonian Empire. But when you go, but when it came time to worship his God, you had to bow down to his God. You know, he made that law. But the things that the Greeks said, no, you know what? As a matter of fact, it's illegal to observe your high holy days in the ways of your father. This is the way of the Edomite. It says that he heapeth unto him, in Habakkuk, it says he heapeth unto him all people. You know? He wants everyone to be united in his evil ways. You know? If he can't make it, then nobody can make it. That's the mindset of Esau. You see? So that's the Greeks, right? And then you go down to the Romans now. When you look up the Romans, I looked this up the other day, man, when I did a lesson on it, right? The tax that the Romans had a tax. They were trying to find every other year. They were trying to find a new reason to tax somebody. They were tax for the land, tax for import, export, a tax for if you were an immigrant, you just had a special tax just for being an immigrant. There was all these kind of taxes. You see what I'm saying? This is the same system that we're living in today, just on a higher level. When you think about the amount of taxes that you're paying, man, it doesn't make sense. It's not livable. That's why no one owns nothing. You don't own anything. Oh, I'm upper middle class. Let me show you something. An upper middle class person is in poverty, man. A doctor is in poverty. A dentist is in poverty, bro. They're living off of debt for the most part, man. They're living off of debt, man. That's what they're doing. And they're all living above their means. Okay, I'm a doctor, so I have to, which they didn't have to be living necessarily. They could have been doing okay if they decided to live under their means. But most people are not living under their means. Meaning a doctor, he might be able to get a small little condo. You understand what I'm saying? Not downtown, but a little small little condo. Pay off the condo one time. He might be able to do that. Not when he's first starting out. It might take him years to get that there, right? It might take him years because he has to build up his money, right? It might take him years to get there, but he might be able to do it after a few years. You know, pay that off and whatever, and then kind of, you know, live below his means for a time period, and then maybe get his head above water. But most people are not doing that. Which doctor you know that's living in some little apartment? You know what I mean? Small little condo with his family, like someone like a refugee. They're not living like that. That's not what Esau promotes. Esau promotes you this, you know, a lifestyle of, okay, you live like this. If you work here, or if you get this amount of money, you can live like this. You can have more, you know, an extra bathroom. You can have this and that. When it's not so. Okay, it's not really so, because when they do that, they're really living in debt. And the scriptures say, "Woe to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." What is the word thick? What does the word clay mean? Abatyat, which means debt. You see, so these people are living in debt. They got to pay down their house. They got to pay down their mortgage. And let's say something happens where their business or whatever stops, or something happens where their money is not flowing in. They're through, because they got that big mortgage payment. They got those big expenses that they got because they're trying to live a certain lifestyle. And what's going to happen is they're going to they're going to fall in a deep hole, man. A deep hole, and they might end up homeless, man. All right, don't you know there's doctors that are homeless? Don't you know there's people lawyers that are homeless right now, man, with degrees and all that, man? Yo, you're living, listen, every day you're living on edge, man. That's why people are stressed out, man. That's why people are stressed out. Okay, you look in these people's faces, man. They're not having a good time, man. Really, the people that are having the better time is the ones that just live menial lives. You know, they're basically satisfied being in poverty. Because all of them are really in poverty. They're just not, there's people who are not satisfied being in poverty. You see what I'm saying? But there's certain people like, you know what, I'm going to live this lifestyle. I'm going to just eat my ramen noodles. I'm going to eat my, whatever, eat my rice and peas and whatever. cook every day. I'm not gonna go out. I'm just gonna do this and that. And well, you might go out, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna live in this humble apartment, in the hood somewhere. Those people, and he might be making an okay little wage. So those people might be living better than those people that got a big business and they're constantly running from being audited and all kind of madness, because they're constantly, they become a target. You become more of a target, man. That's just how Esau set it up. Like, we are the prey, and he is the predator. Okay, so we need the ultimate predator, the apex predator, which is Yahweh Shai, to come back and deliver us out of this situation. There's just too much going on, man. There's too much going on. There's too much stress, and you feel it in your gut, man. There's too much going on, man. And that's why you have to constantly pray, because we need Yahweh Shai to deliver us out of the snare of the enemy, man. And there's gonna be snares. There's gonna be situations, man. You're in this truth, you're gonna end up in situations. I don't care if you lock yourself in a room. There's gonna be situations that's gonna happen to you, man. Whether it be mentally, whether it be physically, whether it be financially, there's gonna be situations that's gonna happen. You can lock yourself in a room all you want, man. The thing is, you gotta move forward, man. You gotta move forward and grow how Yahweh Shem Shai wants you to grow, and you have to be a soldier for Yahweh Shem Shai. That's what you gotta be, man. All right. And you gotta have the mindset, Yahweh Shem Shai will take care of it, but at the same time, you have to move. You can't just sit back and let him take. You gotta actually make efforts, man. The Lord said He will help you. He didn't say necessarily that He's gonna just do everything for you. He's gonna help you, man. But you have to grow, man. You have to grow in the spirit. All right. You want to leave from a particular situation that's happening to you now, a particular hell that you're catching now. Okay, you might leave from that hell. You might overcome that hell, and then the Lord will give you another obstacle to deal with. Now you got to deal with this particular hell. There's always something, man. There's always something. But we have to understand that this is all temporary. And if we do it the right way, if we go through these things the right way, it's about going through it the right way. It's not about being perfect and getting everything right away. It's about going through it with the right mindset. And Yahweh Shem Shai will help you, man. And another thing, the brotherhood is there. That's why having brothers around you is good, man. It's an important and good thing, man, because you can lean upon one another, man. Being on a solo dolo, man, yeah, you do what you want to do, man. Me personally, I'd rather have a connection with brothers, man, when things happen, because things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. Right? You got certain brothers that might be able to rely on, I don't know, somebody in the world. Maybe they got some friends a friend in the world or something that got money. Or if a brother might be so lucky, or maybe his parents got money, right? Which mostly that's not the case. But certain brothers that that said, okay, I can go to my parents to borrow money. Me, I can't really go to my parents. My parents are struggling. You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna go to them for? And I feel bad anyway, because I should be constantly taking care of them anyway. I should be constantly giving them. I should just be depositing money. I feel like I should just be depositing money in their account, man. But either way, Jake is struggling. Jake don't got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's good to have a brotherhood, man. It's good to have a brotherhood to fall back on, man. This is not an easy walk, and Esau has set this up for you to fail. He set it up for people to fail. How did the Rothschilds and these elites get rich? They got rich off of selling things off the streets, man. In New York and wherever else they were selling, man. They were selling things off the street. No license required, man. They're selling, just wholesale selling. And then it grew into a Macy's. All right? But now what did they do? When they got into power, what did they do? They said, no, you need a license, you need this, you need that. They set up oppression so you can't get to the same level that they got to, man. This is why the Lord is gonna put these devils in hardcore slavery. That's where they belong. And they're gonna get to feel pain and sorrow and suffering that they put upon the earth, man. Because things shouldn't be this complicated, man. You shouldn't constantly be having to go through just damn paperwork, man. Can't even speak to a person you can't even speak to a real person no more. They're trying to do away with that. You have to do everything online, and then and then you have trouble doing that. When everything was so much simpler, when you could talk to a person, get things established, man. Because it's not like they make the interfaces of these government things simple. They don't make these interfaces simple, man. They don't give a damn because you got to come to me anyway. Figure it out. You know? The oppression is going to... Listen, the Lord said he's going to wipe the tears from our eyes, man. In the kingdom, he's going to wipe all tears from our eyes, man. Isaiah 14 said, how has the oppressor ceased? The oppressor is going to cease, man. He's going to cease to be in power, man. This is a temporary thing that this dude has right now. This is temporary, man. Soon he will cease, man. But for now, we have to be soldiers, man, in this spiritual walk, man. I know it's vexing. I know it hurts the spirit, but we have to deal with it, man, the best we can. The best we can, and pray and seek counsel. If you need counsel, seek counsel, man. Don't be ashamed to talk to brothers. Seek counsel, man. A lot of times that'll be the best thing you could do is seek counsel from a brother. Whether it be your peer or an elder brother, man. That's the that's the best thing you can do, man. That's one of the best things you can do. Trust me, man. Because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is working through those brothers, man. So you're hearing certain things you're hearing that's from the mouth of Yahweh Shai right there. The scriptures say where many counselors are, there is in a multitude of counselors there is safety, man. Don't just always be hasty to make decisions, man. Because you can lead yourself into more oppression. In my spirit now, I'm in the spirit of certain situations. I'm just gonna I'm seeking counsel, man. I'm seeking counsel, man. I'm seeking a brother to speak to, man. He could pull up some scriptures for me, man. A brother that might be well versed in that particular situation. Hit him up, man. See what he got, what advice he has for you, man. Don't try to do everything by yourself, man. 2 heads is better than 1. All right? Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them, man. That's what Yahweh Shai said, man. You see what I'm saying? That's what the scriptures say. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect, man. This was just on my spirit, hot and heavy. Lord willing, this was edifying, and a brother that needed to hear this took this in. And I'll say shalom.